second meeting of the season for the Argonauts and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Saskatchewan needs to win tonight at Exhibition Stadium. Hi, everyone. I'm John Wells. Welcome to the CFL Report, live from Exhibition Stadium in Toronto tonight. For a change in Canadian football, they're talking about a football game, not the troubles that the league has been having lately. Specifically this one, the Argonauts and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And it goes back to an early season game, July 4th in Regina, to be exact, when the Roughriders and the Argonauts tied at 33. But the big story that came out of that game was this one. James Curry and his hit on John Congemi after Congemi had thrown an interception. Later, Congemi and Curry had words about the situation. Most importantly, though, Curry was fined by the Canadian Football League. Well, this week in Toronto, it has been Curry all over the front pages of the newspapers as he has talked about revenge, or at least getting back to John Congemi. Congemi not the starter tonight, but he might see action. And standing by on the sidelines with the man of the moment, here is Leif Pedersen.
Well, John, you know, James Curry has not made a lot of friends around the Canadian Football League this year, but James, I don't think you really care about that, do you?
I'm not concerned about the CFL as a whole. I'm concerned about what goes on in Regina and with my teammate, Leif. We have a great time out there. We're having a great time on the field nowadays. People are taking a lot of notice when we show up, and they're hating once we show up at the stadiums.
Now, you've made a lot of talk this week about how bad and how mean you're going to be. Now, are you really like that?
Hey, I'm just as evil as I say I am on the field. I'm possibly the dirtiest player in the CFL. I know I'm probably one of the meanest, and once the game starts, you'll take a lot of note of that. You'll see people hollering and complaining. You'll see people laying on the ground, and it won't be me.
Now, you've taken a couple of shots at Leo Cahill this week. Now, do you really mean all those things about Leo, bad management and everything?
I mean everything I say about Leo. You know, Leo, you can take everything he says with a grain of salt and hold on to the grain of salt because it probably has more context than what he will say to you.
Now, earlier on Sports Desk tonight, you told Mark Jones that you had a little thing that you were going to write on your shoe. Now, what happened with that?
Oh, what I did, Leo offered $5 grand for whoever could take me out of the game, and I just wanted to remind everyone when they were down in the stands that they could have a shot at it because I written it on the side of my shoes.
Just getting to the game tonight, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, outside chance at the playoffs. Is this the kind of team that could maybe make a run at it?
Well, right now, we're not concerned about the playoffs as a whole. We're concerned about this game tonight. We need this game. This victory is very instrumental for the rest of our season, and we're going to go out there and take this one from the Argonauts and not worry about the playoffs. We just need game-by-game performance.
Well, James, you know, you've created a lot of excitement here in Toronto this week, and really, I personally think that's what the league needs a little bit, and we're going to be watching you closely tonight. Have a good game.
Well, I created some excitement before the game, and I'm going to do a lot of it during the game. Thank you, Leif.
Now let's go upstairs to John Wells and his guest, Leo Cahill.
Okay, Leif, and Leo Cahill reportedly offered a bounty on James Curry going into the game tonight. And, Leo, I don't know where the story got started, but in fact, did you offer $5,000 to an Argonaut to get to James Curry?
I think Danny Ferroni said it best. We offered $1 to get rid of him, and that would be too much. But seriously, we don't do that in professional football, and I wouldn't want to get rid of James Curry anyhow. They may get a football player in there that could play.
You guys don't like each other for some reason. You heard what Curry just had to say about you. What's the problem with Curry?
No, I don't dislike James. I think he's a competitor. I think he was wrong in what he did to John Congemi, and I said that. But, you know, he's come out and made outlandish statements like, I wanted to get him out of the league. And that's ridiculous because, like I said, getting him out of the league would only have Saskatchewan get a good player in his place, and then we'd be in trouble. The other thing he said was that I personally had a vendetta for him, and $5,000 to players to put him out of the ball game and things like this. We wouldn't do anything like that, John.
Where would the story get started, though?
I think he conjured it up himself, and you know, none of our players would ever tell him anything like that because, number one, I don't have anything to do with our players. It's the coach's job that handle the players, and I go in there just before the game and say, good game, lots of luck in the game, boys, and that's the extent I talk to them all week long.
Okay, Leo, thank you very much.